Hello, students. If you didn't get to participate in the How Many Bears Live in This Woods lab, I'm going to do a quick video for you guys so you can still get the information and do the lab even if you didn't get to participate in it. So essentially, we talked about how bears have quite a variety in their diets. They're omnivores, so they eat a mix of plants and animals. And they need to eat a certain amount of food each week in order to have all the nutrition they need and to maintain their weight and also to prepare for winter. But we did have a few bears that had a handicap. One of them had to use this walker and they could only walk with one leg. And they were walking around the classroom trying to get the resources that they needed one at a time. Then somebody was blindfolded, so they didn't even know where the resources were. That slowed them down a little bit. And then there was a mama bear who had to carry around these two babies, and she had to collect twice as much food, half for her and half to share with her babies. So those were the different handicaps that the bears had, and they're all competing with each other for the resources. So now I want you to look at these resources and keep in mind that bears want a variety of things, and I want you to randomly choose 8 of these cards and just write down on a piece of paper the letters and the numbers that you chose for the 8 cards that you chose out of all of these. So go ahead and pause the video so that you can see them and write down what you want to choose. And when you're done, then press play and we'll continue so I can explain what these mean. Now that you've had a chance to choose your 8 cards, we'll pretend like you were competing with everybody else for those. In class, they had to grab them one at a time and put them in their bear belly, so they were going back and forth around the room. So now let's figure out what exactly do these mean. Now you can look at your How Many Bears handout and find out that P stands for plants, B for berries, N for nuts, I for insects, and M for meat. And the numbers on those cards represent how many pounds of food you got. So total those up and find out, did you get 80 pounds of food? If you did, then you had about what you needed, or you might have had more or less. And then did you get a balanced diet? Did you get a variety of different foods? And that'll help you know if you starved or not. Now, one thing to point out really quick, if you got attracted to the G over here, hopefully you didn't write down 2 or more, because if you did, that's actually garbage. I know it looks all shiny and tasty, but bears accidentally get attracted to places where humans are because humans can be careless and leave things out. And that puts everyone in danger, the bears and the humans. And many bears have been shot to protect life and property because they were in human territory. So if you accidentally got 3 or more of the G's, then unfortunately you did not survive. But if you got 2, you're just endangered and you're going to have to be protected and fenced off away from humans. So go ahead and total up how many pounds of everything that you got and find out if you survived. And I'll give you a couple more pieces of information. Let's assume that the mother got enough food for her and her babies, but that the injured bear did not survive. So that's what you'll put down on your worksheet. And then it says how many total pounds of food were there in the environment. The total pounds of food in the environment was actually 760 pounds, which is quite a bit. That's for a class size of 16. Now, if we divided that by the 80 pounds that each bear needs, there should be enough food for 9 out of the 16 bears. So let's assume that only 7 bears in the whole class survived in this forest. And that's because some bears were more fit or had better traits to be able to collect more food, and some might have been slower or more sickly and maybe they didn't get as much food. That should be enough information for you to fill out the rest of your worksheet. Use your thinking skills and you should be able to figure out the rest of that. Good luck and hope you had fun doing this lab.